Hello. So, if you are in a position where you have found yourself leading sales or marketing decisions, maybe you're in a project marketing manager role, or you're leading sales or marketing decisions for your own business, or someone else, it doesn't much matter. We're going to talk about how to get in front of more people in a short amount of time by way of using micro influencers. And we'll give a few examples here. So, hello, my name is Amelia, owner of Solutions by Amelia, and I work with organizations to figure out how to grow without using Facebook ads, without spending a lot of time and money with SEO firms who may not provide the results that you need in the time that you need it, by way of collaborations. And I did a video like this about affiliates, how to use affiliates. Today, I want to talk about how to use micro influencers. And sometimes the micro influencer affiliate bubbles can kind of merge or lines can kind of cross. But we're going to talk about micro influencers where you're not necessarily exchanging money, though sometimes you can as well. But we're just going to talk about micro influencers where it's a platform exchange where you are borrowing their audience. So I talk about three different ways in a previous episode, I think the last video, around affiliates. In the caption area, I talked about three ways to get more traffic back to your product, because we want to get more of your product off the shelves and into the lives of people who can use them. And this is like for SaaS companies too. I just use the term product off the shelves just because that came to mind. But in any case, there are three ways to go about it. You can buy traffic. With ads, that takes time and money. You can build traffic with SEO, that can also take time or money, or you can get traffic, borrow traffic by collaborating with people who already have the eyeballs, the know, like, and trust of your best buyers. And that just takes desire. So, long story short, if you are a bonus, if you're a self identified introvert, because that's me, who has found yourself, leading a product launch. And you didn't necessarily go to school for this sort of thing. I want to share something with you that comes from real world experience. And my expertise comes from a couple things. Background, I am very good at understanding pain points and finding resolutions to pain points. My background is in healthcare, and we're literally trained to find the pain points of humans, all sorts of pain points, whether it's body, physical pain points, emotional, financial, and we need to resolve those in a short amount of time, communicating the value of why our solution will be beneficial to the end user so that they take action. And we have to do this quickly. I found out this skill set translates very well in the marketing and product marketing world. So we're starting at a project scope sheet, which is where all projects really do need to start. This is just an example. If your organization has something that you use, or if you've used something for your business that has worked well with managing projects that has lots of different people and roles and responsibilities and timelines, continue to use that. I'm also a fan of Trello, but this is a thing that you can get online by going to Execution Made Simple. This is a spinoff from the Building a Story brand franchise, I guess, from Donald Miller. If you're familiar with that, he has a book out called Business Made Simple, and you can get this from the website, and I'll have links here. So, what's the project name? So we want to work with micro influencers. So you might use, micro influencers in the specific vertical or expensive problem that you're solving. What does success look like? So say you wanted to get in front of 10,000 new people in a short amount of time. What that might look like is partnering with 5 micro influencers who have audiences of at least 2,000 each, and collaborating with them on content that they're sharing on their networks that will drive people back to a converting sales page that you have. What resources do you need to complete this project? This is really a very lean effort. It looks like market research and finding out who was talking about expensive product problems, because our intent here is to get the word out without using ads or SEO. And the challenge with doing that model is the time and money. So what we're doing is partnering with people who already are in front of the right people. They're already communicating the right message. They're already communicating value of having a problem resolved. And so we're just moving forward with that. So what this looks like, just to go back again, I like to start with the end in mind. So the end can look like 10,000 new people. These people might be people who have an expensive problem. Let's say capital campaigns, right? There, you have a solution to help people manage capital campaigns. That just came to my mind, but we're actually going to walk through what this looks like in real life. So you want to get in front of 10,000 new people who are trying to, they're wrestling with issues related to capital campaigns. But the problem is there's no exact playbook of where to look for these people, or you're unsure about what to say to get folks to collaborate with you. And so we're going to actually look at how to find maybe five micro influencers who have an audience of 2,000 each, so that you can get in front of those 10,000 new eyeballs and direct them to a converting place. So let me just go over to our good old friend Google and see and put in just capital campaigns. So capital campaigns, oops, and see what comes up. So when I Google capital campaigns, I have a lot of information. So when it comes to finding micro influencers, they typically are talking and sharing about the topic. So they have a platform of some sort, or they're on other people's platforms and communicating about their topic of expertise. So I'm putting in podcasts. You could absolutely put in YouTube or something else to see who is talking about that. So it looks like there is a podcast about capital campaigns. Yep, it looks like there's a podcast about that. So, and it looks like there's another podcast, successful nonprofits preparing. Okay, so it looks like we have something. So whoever is hosting this 7-figure fundraising, awesome. So it looks like there's a couple different platforms that are relatively up to date. This is an episode from 2019, so we could just absolutely do market research and see if the podcast is still going on, see who the host is, who is having these conversations, and figure out what a collaboration could look like from there. So just to recap, we're here because we want to get a product that you have to address an expensive problem off the shelf and into the life of someone else. We want to connect your product with a user who needs your solution. However, we know that these products don't sell themselves, and sometimes developing content and interrupting people's thought processes, that can be a thing and take a long time. So I invite you to consider who's already having these conversations around expensive problems, and develop a story that really does call these people forward to offer to buy your product or service. And to find the right people is another challenge that we can come across. That's and something that we want to do in a short amount of time. And we might be unsure about who to approach and what to even say to them. And the truth is like the way to approach these micro influencers or thought leaders is to have a what's in it for them statement. And as we're going to reach out. And so you might want to even include that in your outreach campaign. So let me just pause this for a second to navigate back over to where we were to show you like how this can look in your project management worksheet that we created. One moment. Okay, so we are back at the project scope sheet. So the project name could be collaborations with micro influencers and capital campaign management, donor management, whatnot issues. And what does success looks like? Well, we want to get in front of 10,000 new people who are already problem aware, and use the right words that will bring them into the story of why they need our product. Who's already having these conversations is what we're going to do that. 10,000 people looks like 5 people who have an audience of at least 2,000 each. And what are resources that we need? We need the micro influencers. We need content or copy. We might need a sales page to sell the idea of, joining our influencer program. We need whatever, sales page we're directing people to. We need the sales page to be one that we already know is converting. We just need more traffic. And who are the leaders who are involved with this? You could have somebody who is doing research, finding the influencers, finding, doing research around, do they have an engaged audience? When they post things on social media, are people even responding, or are there just crickets whenever they post? Could be somebody who is doing that sort of granular research. You might also need somebody who's coming up with the copy for these influencers to post on their platforms. And actually, I want to show you what this actually can look like in real life. So, product marketing, when we're doing product marketing, obviously the goal is to get the product off the shelves and into the lives of people who actually use them. And I don't know about you, but my background really is not in marketing. My background is in humans, it is in empathy, it is finding pain points that people are having, and more importantly, resolutions to pain points and communicating Uh, that value proposition and having pain resolved in a quick and effective way. I did not go to school for marketing, full transparency. I had to learn marketing on the job in the course of various roles, working with organizations, working in my own business, developing that. And long story short, I want to share with you things that are actually working in real life with actual organizations and professionals alike. So, we want to get our product connected with the right people who will use it. How do we get there? Find expensive pain points. What are expensive pain points in your industry and niche? What are people talking about and having conversations about? May need to do market research around that or talk to your sales team. Then once we know those expensive pain points, find the micro influencers who are talking about these pain points, but they don't actually address your those pain points in the same way that you do. They're not competitors, or they could solve it, but not in the exact manner. Like maybe they offer a solution, but the solution is, I don't know, it's very, maybe their solution is very paper based. I'm just thinking of stuff. Maybe their solution is very paper based and very much this 2021, but maybe they're very much still, doing in person somehow things. And maybe your solution is completely cloud based, and maybe you offer robust support with implementation. And that could even be a collaboration. But in any case, invite the micro influencers to collaborate with you in solving their audience's pain points with your product. So you might say, okay, why would somebody want to do this? Why would someone open up their hard-earned audience and allow me to just walk in there and sell my thing? Well, you're not just walking in there to sell your thing. You're walking in there to provide education about how to resolve a specific pain point and inviting people to come back to your platform to have that pain point further and completely resolved. So that's the other thing. This is more so of an educational play versus a upfront sales webinar situation that's going on. So I'm going to show you an example again what this looks like. So overview, when you're reaching out to the influencer, either in conversation or on a web page, it's really good to make it clear about who you are serving and who you are helping, and talk about what you do in a way that connects with their why. Find out what they're all about. Again, a little bit of market research will give you that answer. And talk about what your launch will accomplish. How will it help better equip their audience in a specific way? And wording around, as a partner you will, and talk about what's in it for them. And the what's in it for them, it can look like a variety of things. The things that I have found from various campaigns is, sometimes these micro influencers, they simply would like to be featured on your platform. They would like to maybe do a series of webinars or live interviews with you, or they also want to get more visible too, right? So it could look like that collaboration, and or it could look like you providing, again, educational content. You might have the ability to provide CE content for their audience. You can brainstorm lots of ways, and you might even want to put this over to one of these areas on a project plan. Resource could be the what's in it for them and who would be responsible for figuring that out. That can go there. But in any case, acknowledge that they're busy and tell them that, once you give them the content once they have said yes to collaborating with you, let them know that you're going to make it easy for them. Tell them that you'll check in on them, that you'll remind them to promote, and also make that promotion easy. Send them the content, send them the emails that they'll send out. Allow them to customize it in a specific way, giving them a framework to follow. A great framework to follow to invite people, users into a product story is the story brand framework that I enjoy using. Is talking about a problem, talking about the solution and desired end result. And, how this could look is you can give them wording or content and prompts that allows them to customize the message so it will be appealing to their audience that they know very well that you want to get in front of. We know that many, describe the audience struggle with fill in the blank, and to address this, and then name the thing that you're launching that will solve the specific pain point, and the desired end result. And just, really spell it out for them, make it easy, because again, these are 5 people that have access to thousands of people that you want to get in front of. And so if they're willing to collaborate with you, it really is your role to make it as easy as possible. If you don't have the bandwidth to do this, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to share with you how I have helped organizations, small and large, get together a micro influencer campaign in a short amount of time. But this is also something that I want you to feel equipped to do on your own, which is why I'm walking you through the exact words to use and the process to kind of figure out who's having the conversations with your ideal clients, so that you can, or potential buyers, so that you can launch your product without using ads or spending a lot of money with an SEO firm and then waiting months for this thing to work. Really, this sort of campaign can be implemented in under a couple of months. It really does depend on how much you have upfront, how well you know your market, how well you know the market leaders, who's having important, expensive conversations, as I call them, in your industry. Do you already have relationships with these people? If you do, then this process can go rather quickly. If you don't, you might need to bring on an expert who is really good at creating rapport and relationships in a short amount of time. Again, my background is not in marketing. It is in humans and people, and finding specific pain points, finding solutions, and communicating that value quickly. So if you have questions about this or how you can get better equipped to do this for yourself, feel free to reach out. Happy to have conversations. And I have a podcast called the Confident Collaboration Podcast, where I actually did a B2B example of micro-influencer marketing that might serve you. So if you want a link to that, feel free to reach out to me. You can be found over on LinkedIn. I'm there as Amelia J. Roberts, collaboration expert. And I also have a social media platform, several, that we can connect there. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and Clubhouse as Amelia. Talk to Amelia. Look forward to connecting with you. And if you have any questions or if anything was useful, feel free to leave those in the comments. Take care.